Good evening, everybody. Another Monday night with bees all day. Yep, it's 59 degrees here in the Shenandoah Valley. It's been a little overcast all day long. Um, we did have some rain. We got about 3/10 of rain total. So good to see everybody in here tonight. Barnhill Bees, Kimberly, Jonathan, Clay. I know he's on his way back from a little trip he took. James, you were the first one in here tonight. So how's everybody doing tonight? So it says we got 20 people in here, but we'll see. So, hey, Mike, how are you tonight? Icy Mountain, how are you tonight? Good to see you. Hope, good to see you in here tonight, too. Jeremy, good evening. Dennis, how are you? Hello, Judith. Bees, nuts, honey. Yep, how are you tonight? There's the man, the myth, the legend. Sawmill Charlie. Crash Boy 450. Where are you from? You're new.
Where?
Crash Boy 450. Hey, Bill Lee, how are you tonight? Tar Heel, good to see you. Glad everybody can make it tonight. Pennsylvania, haven't seen you in a while. Clay, are you still driving or are you riding?
Hey, Mike. Hey, Clay.
I think he might be riding. I don't think he's driving. He was coming through Woodstock. He's on his way home. Sorry I did not get up there today, Charlie.
I figured the weather was crappy anyway. It was raining here.
Yeah. Everybody had a little bit of more stuff going on today than they figured, I think.
Well, I mean, it wasn't raining hard, but it was showering pretty good.
Yep.
And all that. But anyway.
How's your night, Eddie?
Hey,
you did any bees this weekend?
Yeah, I was working on them queenless hives, and let's see, HI. The one nuke was almost beeless, and the wax moths just started on one of the frames. So I got caught that in time, put them in the freezer.
Yeah.
Scraped out a little, I don't know, a little teeny section of wax moth that they were just starting to emerge as a worm, you might say, or a little bit of fuzz.
Yeah.
And hey, Sandy, Billy Lee. And so hey, Kim. So I put that in the freezer, and then I had 3 10 framers. One of them, there was a little bit of a robbing problem you could see there. I'm trying to figure out which hives had resources that I wanted to combine in that one hive that had that new queen in there.
Yeah.
So the hive number 1 at the end down there, it's down to 1 medium with mostly honey. Hey, Mike. So I shook all the bees down in that box. The next hive, I condensed it down to 2 mediums, and then the third one was pretty solid, but it had eggs in it. But I'm like, is this a laying worker starting here? You know, I don't see the little hive that could do. I was talking about the one that just had a mated queen put in. Well, she's got a patch of brood about that big, capped over. So she's doing well for the situation, and
Yeah.
trying to take, hey, Tom, trying to take like that in hive number one's got a lot of honey in it. It'd be in its. I think I'm gonna spray them with some sugar water and maybe if I can find some peppermint and spray everybody with the same smell and put a newspaper in between them and hey Bob and combine them that way. So
Yeah, that would work.
but I had them all open and I'm trying to run around to each hive to kind of figure out what resources they had to offer. And then here comes the robbing. You could tell they're getting wound up. So
Yep.
I did my thing. I condensed them as best as I could, and I closed them all up real quick,
There you go.
and did it that way. And happened to have a little bit of what's it called, fume board spray.
Yeah.
Take and spray that around where the bees are trying to get in, like you're kind of trying to get up into the lid area. Spray
Yeah.
that around that thing. Over with. That's a good little trick. If I could, who showed that on one of the videos, but put a little bit of honey bee go on there, and that kind of ends the robbing situation for that hive.
Yeah, it does.
If they try to find, trying to get in some
Yep.
alternative way.
Yep.
So other than that, that's about it. They've been pretty much sucked into the hive most of the time because it's been cold.
Yeah.
I mean, they flew some, in the middle of the day, middle of the afternoon when it got warmer and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's about it.
And that's understandable. I mean, they're gonna gets cooler outside, they're gonna want to cluster up, which makes sense,
Well, it's that time of year.
Yeah, it does.
So, I don't know, sold some honey over the week and stuff like that. And that's pretty much it. I mean,
Yeah, it's not a lot going on this time of year, is it?
not really. Just trying to, need to condense them. You need to feed them.
Yeah.
Pretty much, I got mine all kind of fed up. And usually this is the 13th, by around the 15th of October is when I'm pretty much done. Now, I'm about 80 gallons less feed this year. Hey, Keith. But they were full, and I was, making sure that they had room for the brood chamber for her to lay up in all them hives because they were a little bit late this year.
Yeah.
Due to the fact that I used the ApiGuard, and I think I used the ApiGuard to where it was proper temperature and then too hot. Then next week it's too hot, and it was like an every other week situation, and kind of draw that that treatment a little bit too longer than what I would have liked.
Yeah.
I mean, 3 consecutive weeks would have been nice.
Yeah.
But there was at least a 30-day period there before I put Formic in. But I didn't see a whole lot of, well, you got to figure by the time she got laying, there wasn't enough time there for that brood to be capped.
Right.
And then I don't know, different ones that talked about feeding the hive while the ApiGuard on. I know they say not to do that, but I know Ed, Bob Benny, and all them different ones do that. I was wondering whether that keeps that queen motivated enough to keep laying through that treatment program.
Yeah, it should. I mean, we feed with ApiGuard on, and doesn't seem to hurt her one bit. So
Well, I'm looking at July through, July through August is kind of the dearth period.
yep,
And if I'd have maybe put a quart jar on while that was on, I would keep that hive producing eggs, and in turn, by the time the treatment's over with, I'd have some cat brood frames and stuff like that.
yeah,
So, it's like everything else that I've done. You start it 1 year, and then you kind of learn like this year, I learned about temperatures and stuff like that for that product.
right.
And what to be fearful for,
Hmm.
90 and above, don't do it. If it's 80 to 85, it's fine. And I kind of like to do it over I think a 3-week spread is good, 35 grams and 30 grams at the end. Now I think I need to maybe add a little bit of feed to it while they're doing it, since it's a dearth, that maybe that'll help them continue on laying.
Yep.
And maybe I'll have enough brood at maybe they'll have to take more feed. I don't know in the fall, but they'll have enough. There'll be plenty of winter bees and stuff like that in there. So, been studying the Strom microbials, been looking over their website and looking over and reading about all the different products they do. You got bee bites, and then you got the stuff that's in 10-pound packages, which is, I guess, the 15% pollen. It's a pollen patty with, seem like all their products have kind of the same thing. It's whatever the product's made of, and then you have the probiotics in it, and then you might have Apis biologic in it or something like that. Whether it be fondant or pollen patties, or if that's what you would call them. The bee bites looks like a little. I mean, I remember them down on your counter. They're kind of like a candy bar.
Yep. They
Are they?
are.
Is that just something for something quick and easy or something? I mean, it looked like to me they don't last very long. Or would
It depends on the time of year. They will last up to a week. And if you're in the bee yard and you get hungry, you can eat them too.
no, but I mean, as far as cost efficient, I guess the one that you cut with a knife is better. But what's his name? Turpin, his first name?
John.
Didn't he say that they were coming out with maybe the one that's in a 10-pound? They're going to make like 1-pound pollen patch or something.
Yes, they are. They have a 10-pound block, and they're going to do larger patties for the super nectar apis patties.
Well, the super nectar is fondant, right?
Yes, and they're going to be bigger. They're going to be a 1-pound patty instead of a 2-ounce patty.
Small. Yeah, I could see that. But are they going to take the pollen, the stuff that you slice, not the fondant, the green looking stuff, which I call it a pollen patty, but it's got 8% in it. It's got pollen in it.
It's a spirulina patty, is what it is.
Yeah. Are they gonna? They should make some 1-pound pre-packaged patties for that.
I think they're going to. I've got to talk to John again and make sure what the actual product's going to be, but they're kind of in flux right now, making the apis patties, and it's moving around. They're trying to get it together. I hear a fax machine ringing.
Fax machine or something.
Yep.
But anyway, I was just kind of orientating myself to all that kind of stuff. and going back and researching a lot of like In the Hive TV guy. I forget what that guy's name is. Science guy.
Yeah.
He did some stuff over the last 4 or 5 years and all
Yep.
that. And I rewatched Bob Binney's guy from down there in Georgia.
So, hope to answer your question. If you go to the Apis Biologics website, it still says sold out. Either they bought out Strong Microbials or Strong Microbials bought them out. It is now mixed in with the super nectar from Strong Microbials. So
that was another thing. Super nectar, it looked like to me, it's powdered form.
Yep.
It has strong microbials in it, and it has
Apis.
apis in it, mixed in it too.
Yes. There's
And,
more Apis in it than there is Strong Microbials.
and then I was looking at the formula on that. You can feed it dry, or you can feed it in
wet.
Liquid. And it looks like to me, it says 5 grams per gallon. So, from what I gather, I need 200 grams of it in order to be whatever their form, they're for 40
Right.
for 40 gallons.
Yes. So it comes with a little measuring cup in it. I think it's 5 grams per gallon.
That's what it says.
So if you take that cup and you put 40 of them in your water or in your syrup, however you're going to do it, there you go. You got 40 gallons mixed up.
I'll figure out what 200 grams is. In the, it's got to be a cup or more. So that's the biggest thing with I see is it doesn't matter what product you use, you're always going to get your microbials in there.
$200 grams dry is 1 cup.
200 what?
200 grams in dry measurement is 1 cup.
So take a cup per 40-gallon batch.
Yep. Bees, nuts, and honey. I don't know if that's just for pickup at the conference. He's going to be back later. You can ask him directly. I'm sure when he comes back, he'll come in and he can answer your question. I'm coming out with a new product. Anybody that uses a lot of syrup or bee clubs that use a lot of syrup, starting next spring, you'll be able to order tankers from me of the Super Pro Nectar. It's 77% solid, and it's 50-50 with inverted sugar, and high fructose corn syrup. So if you're a bee club or if you're an individual with a lot of hives and you want a tanker, give me a call. And we'll work out the price per pound plus shipping. That was a pretty good thing today when I was told I could start doing that.
Well, did you make it to Pennsylvania?
No.
I didn't. Figured you weren't.
There was some stuff that went on this morning that basically took precedence over it. Yeah, Todd's right about that.
Yeah, but he's also the first thing. That's what I already know right now when I'm dosing them hives with Apricard, it won't be 50 grams because we won't. This year was unusual that we had the weather for that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Hey, Michael, come in here. Somebody's got a question for you.
It's bee nuts honey.
I got a couple for you too.
I know that for me, for Apricard, it's going to be 35, 35, 30 or whatever, comes out to 100.
Right.
And you just have to play it by ear when it comes to the weather conditions.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, your total dose has to equal 100 grams.
Yeah, well, 30, 30, or 35, 35, and 30 does. But
yeah, that equals 100 grams. But I mean, if you just want to do it in 2 doses, it's 50 and 50, but you got to have the weather for it.
we never will. I mean, this year was weird, but
yeah, this year was kind of strange. But I kind of think next year
we had weeks worth of 70 to 75 degree weather. I mean, that's unheard of in August for us.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit. 21st B. Flower Street. I'm okay with being important. Mr. Hale, how are you doing? Yes, and Ut's boy Chuck is here too.
Yeah, I seen him in who was it? I guess Mike Barry's video. He was walking in the background.
Yeah. Isn't he is Hale's High? He's Mr. Lucky, right? He's the one that wins everything down at Nobby when he puts the drawings.
Maybe.
You won something for me last year, didn't you? Didn't you, Hale's High?
I think he did.
I think he did too.
Yeah, Paul.
Yep, he won something. Hey, Keith.
Well, I'm starting to see a little bit more advertising coming up.
Yeah, I am too. It's been a bit unusual, but yeah.
I see you got a big what do you call it? Vaporizer deal running right now.
Yep, I got 3 left.
I thought you only had 2.
No, the compacts was 2. They're sold out. Not the compacts, but the lights. All I have left is compacts.
All right, the light.
The light is the one that looks like it's just a handle with a plunger on it.
Looks like
the compact has a small barrel on the front of it, and it's angled up in the back.
Well, Clay bought one. Clay wants one.
Clay's going to get one.
And then you got 2 left, right?
And I found 3 more today in the back. So come buy them up. All that's left is DeWalt back. You're not going to see them anywhere else at this price. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah. It looked like to me a pretty good price.
Yeah, it is. It's a real good price on them.
So anyway, that's what's happening with me and the bees. I mean, the only thing I've noticed was this year I'm starting to see a little bit more hive beetles in my area for some reason. The only thing I can think of is my carpet is wearing out, rotting down.
Yeah.
And I need to get me some more carpet or something or that ground cover stuff and take a loader out there and raise those hives up and roll that stuff out and put it back down so it kills the grass and keeps the beetles out of the hot ground.
Yep.
Yeah, Paul got a polyhive from me.
Yeah. I thought he won something from me.
Hi, Dinah.
Hi, Donna.
She was out selling honey this weekend.
Oh, how'd you do?
She was over there at a place where our club meets at, one of these microbreweries.
No, Brent. OAV doesn't do anything for hive beetles. Sorry. I wish it did.
No, we were the last time we had a meeting there. I know the people own the place, and they invited the club over for free to sell their honey and stuff there on some of the like 2 or 3 weekends.
Oh, that's good.
So I think they made some. I'm not sure, not too much on that. I think the traffic, the weekend just wasn't like it was the week before.
Yeah.
Bright and sunny and all that stuff.
Right.
So Sunday I didn't do anything. It was 5 jars. That's terrible.
It was cold and cloudy through the rain. 5 jars. Really? Friend of mine went over here to the Luray Heritage Festival this weekend. He sold out Saturday. I don't know what he did Sunday. I know he sold out Saturday.
Over Luray Caverns?
No, Luray, Virginia. They have a Heritage Festival over there every year.
And I seen Will on Facebook. He was at some kind of a local festival. Yep.
Hey, Roy. You better sell it while you can, Roy. Getting cold up there, isn't it?
Hey, Barnhill.
Into rain tonight. Into tomorrow. Yay, you're finally going to get some rain.
Or should I say Keith?
A new line of extractors is coming out. And they're built just as sturdy and just as tough as the Cybin extractors are. And I'll have honey creamers, 2 sizes of honey creamers. One's heated, one's not. Clarifying tank, uncapping tank, and I think it's 2 sizes of bottling tanks, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's 6 sizes of extractors. Y'all just need Diana. Y'all just need to put one label on it, and then split the money. Get the club to come up with a label, and put the club label on it and sell it. And everybody contributes.
So what do you want to get a new Keith? What are you looking for, a new extractor? So how are you bottling anything today, or you had other stuff you had to do?
No, I didn't bottle anything today. You're welcome, Dinah. Anytime. My bill's in the mail for a consulting fee.
Keith wants an 18 frame or better.
Yep, I've got an 18. I've got a 20. I think it's a 24, a 36, and a 48.
That's what I got. I got an 18 frame medium.
Yeah, come on in here. 21st B.
No, hey, Barnhill, come on in. That's Keith.
Yeah, come on in here, Barnhill. Let me see if I got my pictures here.
He's out there in Arkansas.
Yep.
Just think you can pick it up at Nobby and you're halfway home.
Exactly. Let's see. Here's the 8. I think this is the 18 frame here.
Dinah, you're talking about Kentucky? It's about 12 hours. When I drive it.
All right. I believe that's the 18 frame extractor. That the outlet is all the way to the bottom barn hill, and the base of it slopes to the drain. It's not a cone. It slopes from the backside to the drain. And it's all stainless steel. There's the handle on each side of it, like you see right there. And the only plastic is the knobs. You do not need a wrench or anything to assemble it. And the legs come with it. And
What's that? Is that a bar up top or just the way the picture is?
That is.
Or is that on the rack behind it?
No, that's a rack behind it. That's a rack of coats.
I know it's a reflection of his pants. I do know that, the orange part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that's our 18 frame right there.
Yeah, Dinah, it's Inverness. I'm about 15 minutes away, 20 minutes away at the most. You know, I didn't get it there because I was working bees. And I was working the mill by myself all this week. So
did you see that, Keith?
Turn your mic on, Keith. Now it is. There you go. That ain't working. You're muted.
Yeah, you're muted.
Now you're not muted, but your microphone isn't working. Yeah, James likes the legs. I do like the legs. I like them sitting out there like that. They look like to me they have more stability.
Yeah, they do. Instead of the ones that come down and flare out, these are a lot more stable. An engineer designed those legs.
All right, I think it's working.
Yeah, now
there you go. It's working now.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, Sandy. Valley Honey Company.
You got the radio on?
Oh. There.
TV. Yeah, that base in it, Keith, slants from the backside where the single leg is all the way over to the front to where that where the outlet is. It's a welded outlet, and it's all stainless steel. So, and that the drum is food grade stainless steel, where a lot of people use 304. This is the 400 series food grade stainless steel. It's a lot thicker, a lot heavier.
Okay.
So there's a dual bearing. There's a bearing on the bottom, and there's a bearing at the base of the shaft where it comes out of the motor. There's a bearing there as well.
Is it just a rheostat control for the speed?
Yes, and it's reversible. It is reversible. Let me see if I got a different picture of it.
Hey, Nancy.
That's looking down inside of it. So the outlet's down towards the bottom, and then the back of it, you can tell by looking at it, it's higher than the side close down at the bottom of the screen.
I like the basket. Nice flat.
Yeah, it's nice,
steel.
solid stainless steel.
Steel that's been cut out and.
Yep.
Does it have?
And it's not flat stainless steel. It's bent. It's got a bend to it. So there's a ridge in it where it's bent, and it gives it more stability that way.
On the bottom?
On the bottom.
Yeah, I see it's kind of cupped like that.
Yeah, that is part of the basket, and it gives it more rigidity, and it just makes it easier to work with.
Well, hold your frame in there more firmer, I guess you would call it.
Yeah. Let me see what else I got here.
Now, Paul, you're down there in, what is it, Louisiana? And you ain't in Michigan. Yeah, Louisiana. And I don't know. You would best to talk with Cajun Homestead Brad, you know.
Yeah.
I would say down there, yeah, you could get away with that down there, but not up around here. We're done.
Yep. Now this is the small uncapping tank. That what you're seeing there in his hand, that's one of the filters that goes in the bottom of it. And then there's a set of racks that go in it that peak. It's a peak up at the top, so you can lay your frames on it as you uncap them.
You mean like a?
Yeah, it comes up to a peak.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah. And then let's see, what's this one?
Yeah, I got to find something this year. I got a 4-frame hand crank.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, wow.
Well, I only had 3 frames last year and 20 this year, so it was fine, but I expect to have about 60 next year. I
Yeah.
think it's time to move up.
That's right. You need to get up to 2025 instead of 1925.
Yeah. Here's a picture of the control panel that's on it. That's the control panel right there. Or excuse me, that's the nomenclature for the motor.
Yep.
Let's see. That's all I got right now. Here's another picture of the uncapping tank.
Well, as far as the speed thing on mine, I got to switch it on and off switch, and you just turn the dial and speed it up, slow it down.
Yeah. But there's your racks right there, and they pin into the top or they hang down off the side, either one. There's two of them.
And that's to hold the frames that are dripping, or what?
Yeah, that's to hold the frames that are dripping.
And where do you hold the frame so you uncap?
Toward there's a piece that goes across it. There it is, right. That's the piece right there that goes across. It goes across from bar to bar inside.
Mm-hmm.
Right there to the other hole over there, and that's what you set the frame on to uncap. And then this area down here is to hold uncapped frames. So, I mean, it's sturdy equipment. You know, I had input into the design and the manufacture of it, so it's worth it. Was worth it to me to do it. Put it that way.
Yeah. Yeah, with that strong stainless steel, it ought to last longer than I do.
Yeah, and that's why I had them do that, because I wanted it to last a while. It's a 2-year manufacturer's warranty on the motor and workmanship and parts. And that's pretty standard across the industry.
I mean, I've had my 18 framer, and it's stainless, and you know, I've had it, I don't know, 8 years, 10 years, something like that.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, that's that kind of equipment there. You know, you got to figure you're using it, depending how big you are, a couple weeks out of the year.
Yeah.
You know, and then you put it away, about like a combine.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a combine.
Now,
You use it for a month and then you put it away.
Yeah, for us it was, because we just did small grain. We never did corn. And but like you say, extractor and a tank used for about 2 weeks out of the year, and you're done, and clean it up, put it away, and all that. Now the honey tank, now uncapping tank, that to me is the biggest bang for the buck.
Yeah.
Because you use that year round.
Right.
And I looked at my uncapping tank as a place to store my honey. And it keeps it from crystallizing because it's water jacketed. I've got it set up to where it's on a scissors lift. It's on the back porch instead of me going downstairs in the basement and all that kind of stuff. It makes it readily accessible whenever I need to bottle honey. And when I'm selling pretty good, I'm usually bottling at least once last week I bottled 2 days in a row because I sold a lot of big 3-pound bottles right quick. And but it was like, it's nothing to it. You just jack the thing up. For me, it raises the table up. I sit in the chair. I got a table alongside of it, and you fill your bottles up. 15 minutes, you're done. And fill that thing up. For me, it'll last. Well, mine's a pretty big one. I could probably go for several months, depending on how much I sell. But I'm always trying to keep it full of honey. That was always my problem in the beginning. I started out with nothing, and then I made a refrigerator to make it a hot box, which that was a huge help to keep it, they decrystallize it
Yep.
and keep it from crystallizing. And then when I went to my tank, then I said, oh, okay, I got a 25-gallon tank. I can store 300 pounds of honey in there and keep it from crystallizing. And it's readily available.
Yeah. So Roy had a question. What's the new technology of sloping towards a drain? You think about these, every extractor made up until here recently had a cone in the bottom. And it was straight down. The honey ran down the cone and then filled up. Well, you had to tip that extractor to get all the honey out of it. Now you don't have to tip the extractor because everything slopes to the drain. You just take the basket out and you start scraping everything towards the drain to get it all out. And it's a flat bottom. It's not a cone.
That's exactly the way mine works.
Yeah.
I got about, I don't know, 5 pounds of honey or more in the bottom of that extractor. It'll be that much honey in the bottom of it.
Yep.
Around that circle.
Yep.
And so, I mean, my biggest concern is ants.
Yeah.
And you don't want it to be that extractor sitting around. You want to get in, extract, and get done.
Yep.
And then get it out of your, and then wash it and all that stuff. And then, like he said, you got to tip it over and let it drain into the bucket.
And
all that stuff.
It's either 1.5 or 1.25 drain on it. And that drain where the slope comes down the bottom of the extractor, the drain is sitting right there. It might be 1/4 of an inch from the bottom up to the drain. Maybe that much.
Mm-hmm. And then with me, I got to take a spatula and go around like that, try to get it out of there and all that stuff. And I said the same thing that what you just described, what you're getting in an extractor. I said, I told that 10 years ago, I guess it's been 8 to 10 years ago. Why don't they make one that sweeps around like that? I mean, you would think manufacturing, each manufacturer wants to outdo the other guy. Well, you got to come up with innovative ideas. And I mean, it took them all that long to everybody just kept to be the same thing.
Yeah. And now you got some manufacturers that are taking that drain and putting right in the bottom of the extractor. They're coming up through the bottom. So if you think about if it's not welded, how are they sealing it? They have to be sealing it with an O-ring. If that O-ring ever blows or ever wears out and it starts dripping, good luck.
Yeah, it's at the bottom of the tank.
Yeah, at the bottom of the extractor, good luck.
Well, that's like some extractors power from the bottom of the tank, and I'm like, I never particularly cared for that, and they're belt driven. Yeah, and even Max Ant today is still belt driven. I mean, all right, I've been around machinery enough. Belts are a pain in the ass. They wear out after a while.
Yeah, and then you can't find one fit.
And you can't find. And where
so
you
the other thing,
on the weekend?
The other thing about the bottom powered extractor is, think about it now. There's a bearing down there that motor's got to. There's got to be a bearing at the bottom where the motor comes through the bottom of the extractor, right? If not, if there's no bearing there, that basket's going to be all over the place because it's attached to the drive shaft of that motor. Now, to get it to drive, you got a 90-degree angle there. It's got to drive. It's either got to be the belt drive or direct drive, one of the two. Otherwise, you got to turn at 90 with that power. Now, if you get that extractor off balance, if any of y'all know anything about engineering, and for every action there's an equal or greater reaction. So when that load goes one way and it goes as far as it can, it's going to come back the other way. And what are you doing to that shaft? You're doing this with that shaft the whole time in all different directions. So bottom drive extractor, once that bearing wallows that hole out, now what do you got? You got honey leaking out of the bottom. That's why they went away from bottom drive extractors a long time ago and went to top drive. That's why your most successful extractors have top drives, not bottom drives.
Mine's got, I think, how is mine? I think it's got a gearbox, 90-degree gearbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a 20 frame Maxan extractor. It's a belt drive, but it's on the top. It's not on the bottom. Maxan figured that one out in about 2 years, and they went away from the bottom drives. So,
Well, there's a whole bunch of new ones coming out with bottom drive, it looks like.
yeah, there he is. They'll figure it out.
Yeah. Going to be a whole bunch of unhappy people in a couple of years.
Yep. Especially if they don't load balanced and they get that thing off balance.
So, Mike, how was the, where were you at? What show you were at?
Oh, man, I just got back from Tennessee last night, and I'm leaving for Missouri in a couple of days.
I hear Tennessee was light.
Yeah.
That bad, huh?
Yeah, it was okay, but you would think for a state like Tennessee that it would be a lot better, just because of it's good beekeeping country, lots of beekeepers there. But
I always looked at the what do you call it, the advertisements and stuff, about Tennessee beekeepers. I always thought that was a pretty big club, down in that area, Columbia area.
yeah, I packed like it would have been one of the bigger ones to go to, and I don't go to them to sell stuff, and it's more so people can get their hands on them and try them, advertising. But I've started taking stuff to sell anyway, just to offset a little bit of the cost of going.
There you go.
And I barely sold more than I sold in Arkansas.
That's
It
bad.
was pretty bad. I mean, I think they had, the last I knew, they had like 158 people pre-registered, and I swear there were probably 20 or 30 name tags there at the end of the last day that didn't show for whatever reason. So I guess maybe 125 people, and the local Hives for Heroes guys, they put on a beginner class, and I think they said they only had 22 people registered for the true beginner class.
Wow.
So it was kind of odd. I mean, it was okay. I mean, speaker lineup was okay. Everything, it was just okay. So I'm going to Missouri this week, and I think the last I heard, they already were over. I think they were or expecting over 250 people for that one. Seems like anytime I go to Missouri, they have really big groups, whether it's them or Tom and them's the EMBA. They always have really large crowds of all their stuff compared to some of the other states I go to. But I mean, it was okay. It was in the second floor of a student union, so we had to deal with the loading docks and freight elevators and all that whole mess to get up there. That made it a little bit more of a pain, but it was a nice venue. I mean, it was easy to get to. It was a nice little place. I had lots of good conversations with lots of interesting beekeepers, but you would just assume for that group and that state it would have been twice that size is all.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they didn't have enough of the right speakers or something. I don't know. A lot of local stuff there, I think.
Yeah, I think they had all the local state inspectors and that kind of stuff going on. So,
I mean, yes. I mean, what's? I guess, like Maryland has conferences, but they're not. They're just club meetings, is what they are. Yeah, they don't really have a conference.
Yeah.
And our state inspector either shows up via Zoom or in person, and she just gives her normal address to the nation.
Yeah.
Don't do this and don't do that. And we had so many bees keepers sign up, for their license or whatever you want to call it.
Give you like the yearly update basically, and that's pretty much it.
They give it,
Yeah.
the update on what's happening in the state as far as how many bee hives there are and how many, and we got so many bees registered and all these different things, and maybe don't use this because this is not an approved miticide or whatever. Sometimes
Yeah.
stuff like that, and that's about it. I'm like, okay,
Well, I know.
it doesn't. I won't say it doesn't interest me. I'll just say I've heard it before. It's like, it's like, so what?
Yeah.
I think one of the bigger draws there was supposed to have been Kent Williams because that part of the country, everybody's wanting to go and listen to him talk, and they put out a thing 2 or 3 days before the conference that he had to have emergency eye surgery, so he wasn't going to be able to show up.
Mm,
So I don't know if that was part of those 30 people that didn't come, just were coming to talk, listen to him, or
Yeah.
I don't know.
probably. I would say so. He didn't show up. Well, there's, a draw. And
It was in Murfreesboro, so I didn't know Murfreesboro was so big and had all that construction booming. It's a
Oh,
big,
yeah. It's a big
it's a
place.
big happening place now. As much as it costs for concrete and steel right now, you wouldn't believe it going down there, all the construction that's going on in big commercial buildings.
Yep.
the only thing I know about Murfreesboro is the bass player for Ron Vincent lives there or came from there and all that.
Yeah, for me, it was like, by the time you take into account stopping the fuel up and all that, about a 9.5 hour drive to get over there.
Yeah, it's a long ways.
So Paul is asking Fred, I don't know who Fred is, when is the latest that you've had successful splits there in Louisiana? September. That's Brad, not Fred.
September. Brad.
But we've still got drones, so technically you could probably still do them here. But if it didn't succeed, you couldn't get a queen, so you just have a dead hive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've still got plenty of drones in my house right now.
Yeah.
It was 92 today when I left work and came home.
Ah,
Wow.
Really? That
yeah,
hot.
it's only 86 here.
I think we're supposed to get that cold spell or some rain or a front coming in like this weekend sometime, knock it
Yeah.
back down a little bit. But,
Well, I
so-
know the wax moths are still out real well.
oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
lost all of my stored comb.
I don't think they ever go away, Keith.
I didn't
I've
have
got-
any problem until this year.
I've got all my new drawn comb on my new frames this year. All my extra boxes are outside in the yard right now. I'm just sitting out in the sun. I've just got them all kind of laying out, stacked up a couple high, just spread out everywhere, just staying sunlit to keep everything off of them for now. So I have time to actually sort them and store them and all that like I should.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it, the UV and all that in my frame. So they've been out there for a month already, just sitting out, getting rained on, whatever. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
I put mine up in the storage container and never had a wax moth. This year they took out every box I put in storage.
Really?
It's already gone.
Wow.
But next year I'll treat it. No point now.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it's expensive when that happens.
Yeah.
And Did y'all say somebody had a question for me earlier? I never
Yeah,
looked through the
I was
chat to
looking
find it.
for it. I can't find it.
I can't see. I'm on my phone, so I can't see the chat at all to go back and hunt.
Let me see if I can find it.
It's nuts and honey, I think.
Yeah, I think it was too. I'll find it here in a minute. Y'all keep talking.
So you're going, where you say Missouri you're going to the next place?
Yeah. Oh, I just lost my screen. Let me go back and find it.
Is your pricing at 21 Bs for the pickup only at Nobby, or is it delivery on an option? Also, where do I find the discount option?
So the ad, there's a little graphic I put out telling about it, showing the dates with the code that you put in. So basically, just you can go to the website. When you go check out, there's like a little line that says promo code, and just type Nobby. Doesn't matter if it's capitalized or not, and it'll give you the discount. And I know the way it's worded, it looks like it's only for the show to pick up. But for those of you who are savvy and type it in for shipped orders, it'll work for shipped orders also for the rest of the year. So for Nobby, you get the discount plus, we'll bring it so you can pick it up. So there's no shipping charge. If you're ordering online now, you're going to get the shipping charge, but you can still put the code in and get a discount if you want to go that
Pretty
route.
good.
So, like I say, it's not a whole lot, but the way I do our pricing, I don't have big inflated pricing to have big sales. I can take some off and eat the shipping costs, and that's about it, really.
Yep.
So it's one of those. It's better than nothing. But
Yeah.
on Deeps, it's in almost $3 a box. So if you're buying a handful of them, it'll work.
He says, awesome. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, but that's true, Mike. It's like they talked to me about taking off. I said, well, if I can take so much off, then I must be charging too much to begin with.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. So I tell people, it's not a secret. So basically, I was trying to sell through dealers, and the shipping stuff just didn't work out with it the way it works out. So, most dealers, like the bigger ones, they want 30% roughly just to make it worth your time. So I went back and I took 20% off, knowing I was going to sell direct. And that leaves me a little bit of a 10% window to play with because I still want to give military, first responder discounts, that kind of stuff. And then I can do little bits of show specials for Nobby and offset a little bit of shipping cost of that other 5%. Because if I take off much more than that, then I'm basically working for free. That's just kind of what the number is.
Yep.
I'm not a fan of the department stores that are everything's always 25% off deals. It's just yeah. Just like a lot of the frame stuff. It's like you can buy them, but if you pay extra for the double, but if you pay extra for the triple coat, it'll really it's like we do the one heavy basically triple coat, and that's what it is. Because that's what you need.
Yeah.
It's simple for me that way. I'd rather just be more honest to people about it, and if they're not interested in it or don't like it, then at least they know what it is up front.
Yeah. So everybody that orders from me, if you want it shipped prior to Nobby, if you're buying $500 or more, it's free shipping. If you buy it from me at Nobby and you want it shipped $500 or more, it's free shipping. So
yeah, our stuff's so heavy, that's the problem. By the time you start bulking it up, so I don't have it down anywhere, but I've got bulk pricing to where, in addition to just everything else in general, because once I get bulky, I can get into LTL freight. That's just a whole lot cheaper stuff.
Actually, the LTL quotes that I got today on some stuff it's cheaper to send it LTL in the long run than it is to send it UPS or FedEx.
What's LTL?
And it's going to get there in one piece.
Yeah, no kidding.
What's LTL?
Limited truckload.
Freight, like on
Freight.
pallet.
It's a freight price. It's palletized freight.
You can do loose truck, but it may not show up in one piece. But
right. So that's like I could send a tote of syrup on a pallet to somebody, and it would be cheaper to do it that way than it would be for me to put it on my truck and take it to them.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like some of our frames, if somebody buys enough, I can get the shipping per box down to like $3 a box. But you're gonna have to buy multiple pallets, where
Yep.
depending where you're going, one box ground might be $20. Which I'm trying to make it easier because a lot of people don't realize if you master pack, if you buy a box, say it's $20. If you buy 2 boxes that can fit in the same box, it may only be 4 more additional dollars to like double the order.
Yeah.
So I'm going to build some pre-made setups on the page where you can go in kind of freight saver kind of a thing, kind of predetermine what ones fit well so people don't have to think about it. And they can just kind of select what sizes and plug stuff in because I have people ordering things that, if they'll make an order, then 2 weeks from now they'll order again. Or I think if they just combined it in the first place, they would have saved like $30 overall. If you're not in that world, you don't necessarily think about that kind of stuff.
Right. And I found a great LTL guy out in Lamont, Illinois, Worldwide Logistics.
Oh, yeah, we have a bunch of customers that use them to pick their stuff up from us.
Oh yeah, they're great. All I got to do is pick the phone up and say, "Hey, Chris, I need this to go here or this to go there." He'll give me a price, and in about 2 days, I got a truck sitting in my door ready to pick it up.
Yep.
So they're really great to deal with.
Yeah. So yeah, the Nabi thing, if you want to use it before and not take it, if you're not going to the show, then yeah, it's still good. You're just going to have to pay for the shipping. And I'm going to start doing bulk pricing. For it to make any sense for me, though, I've got to start at like 500 frames, like more for like club orders, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it at like 500 frames as an additional 5%, 600 frames is 6%, all the way up to 10% more off because I can eat that. So, if you can get a club together and order 50 boxes of deeps, I can put that all in one pallet, take another 5% off, and you can get it, $3-4 a box of shipping basically.
Yep.
But other than that, since my stuff's just the size and cubage and the weight restrictions, it's not much else than anything I can really do with it. If I end up not sending, so I reserved 8 pallet spaces at Nobby. My booth, I'm planning on putting at least 4 in my booth, as making a display with them. And then I can put 4 more in my pull behind trailer, my big enclosed one. But I only want to bring back 4 or less so I don't have to pay to ship it back. So if I can get enough people to put in pre-orders to where I can send more out, I can actually get it cheaper by the piece and send extras and still not to worry about hauling extras back. But if I don't get much in the way of pre-orders, I'm just going to have to guess, and I may just run out at Nobby. And if I run out, I run out. I'd rather not run out and haul some back just so I don't have people getting upset. But it is what it is.
Yeah, we sell out Acorn stuff every year.
I'm going to these little conferences for a day or two, and I'm only taking 5 packs to the conferences because it's just easier to carry out to your car. And it's new. People just want to try them out, so they may only want to buy 5. And in like a day and a half conference, I'm selling around 60-ish boxes of them. So that doesn't really give me any idea of what to gauge to take to Nobby with me at all. It's just going to be a pure guess unless I can get a good chunk of people that put in pre-orders just so I know how to plan. So, I could take up the 16 pallets, but I may end up only getting 8 there total overall, just so I make sure I sell at least 4 to bring 4 back. I just have no clue.
I don't know. It's a lot of travel. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, I was like, I mean, I'm going to Missouri this weekend. I'm going up to Virginia, so got to get up there. I meant to ask you, the nor'easter going through up there, is that throwing any rain towards you guys or anything?
Yeah, we've gotten almost an inch.
Mhm.
They
No,
got more on the east side of Virginia than we did.
I mean, the real bad stuff is like right on the coastline.
Yeah.
You know, up in like in New Jersey, New York, all up and through there, it kind of really pushed the water into the towns up there. But other than that, we got it sort of misted and showered a little bit today, and that was about
Yeah. Just enough to make it miserable where you couldn't do anything outside.
Yeah, exactly. I actually quit early today because of it. So,
I guess that'll all be done before I ever get up there. So.
Oh yeah, I mean
Oh yeah.
You're so far down in Virginia. You're 7 hours from my house.
You know something?
Oh, okay.
What people said last year, Charlie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, we're so far down in Virginia, it'll never affect us.
They got hammered.
Yeah, they got the socks knocked off of them.
Yeah, they got the.
Yeah, see, I got that. I still got to go to Waco at the end of November, so that'll finish up my year.
Texas?
Yeah. Apparently they haven't, if I understand right, they haven't had a fall conference since COVID. This will be the first one.
Wow.
And it's 3 full days long too. It's the only one I'm going to other than Nobby that's actually 3 days. So I guess it's in a big convention center. I guess they expect a lot of people. So go down and see what that's like the weekend before Thanksgiving.
Everything's big in Texas, you know.
Well, I mean, except I went to the Abilene show this summer in Texas, out in the middle of nowhere, and it was to be out in the middle of nowhere. It was actually pretty good size too, I guess. So,
well, ain't nothing else to do.
That's right. There's nothing else to do.
Kidding. Mm-hmm. They've got the nice little downtown little area that's built up, and you get a block in any direction, and it's like nothing.
Yep. Sounds like the town I grew up in. You blink your eyes and you missed it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, hey, did you get your vendor app thing done for Nobby?
I did, and I tried to go into it today to put a couple more updated pictures in there. Access denied.
Really?
Yep.
Huh. I was in it this afternoon finishing some stuff up and was able to get into it. Now I'm wondering if mine's going to be denied tomorrow when I try it. Yeah, I saw the little tutorial training classes. Like, oh man, I hope people actually use it. 'Cause it seems like it's going to be a pain in the butt if they don't.
I'm looking forward to using it. Should be a lot nicer than carrying that sheet of paper around trying to find the vendors.
Yeah, and if it works well, it'd be really nice. I just hope people download the app and use it. I guess you're supposed to be able to schedule all your stuff ahead of time. And looking from our end, it's like you can put all your promotional materials and they can direct chat with you, and we'll put video links and just all kinds of stuff on it. Guess you'll be able to look at everybody's everything weeks before you go and make a game plan and trying to make sure you hit everybody you want to hit for sure.
Yeah.
Or avoid everybody you need to avoid, just however you look at it.
Yeah, exactly.
So there ain't much going on here. Getting back, trying to cram a week's worth of work into 2 or 3 days and hit the road again over and over. So bee-wise, nothing's really going on. I got home and still had some feed mixed up, so I went outside and just gave it to my bees just because I need to use it up. And
yeah,
I haven't looked in them to see if they're about full or what's going on. They got a lot of activity out front, and they're bringing in pollen, and it's warming up. I had some bees fanning some entrances when I was out there this evening, and everything seems like normal. Slow down mode.
Yep. Slow down mode is what we're actually in almost complete stop mode here.
I noticed our goldenrod here is really booming. I mean, it looks like we're going to have a good goldenrod flow just from the way everything looks compared to normal. When I was driving, so as I got east of Memphis is about 4 hours east of me, and there's still some goldenrod, but it started drying up a little. I got an hour east of Memphis, and everything was just done. Goldenrod's dried up. Half the trees have already turned colors. It's just like a whole different land out there once you hit that zone.
Yep.
Most of the days at the show, our highs there were like 72, I think.
Yep.
Then I got back over here and got home, and it's like 90 again.
Yeah, you're going to get the same thing when you come to Virginia.
I mean, I got to dig out a jacket and all that good stuff.
Well, let's take a look here.
I hadn't even looked at anything yet. I'm on show mode. I rolled in, I got to my desk. Everything from the last show, I stuck in a pile and pulled out the pile for the next show. And I got molds to put in and machines to set up. And
what day are you coming in?
I'll get into actual town that Friday morning.
All right, so the high is going to be 69 that day. The low Friday night is going to be 45. The high Saturday is going to be 58, and the low Saturday night is going to be 34.
Damn. Yeah, I'll have to tell my wife. She'll bring 3 coats with her. Jeez.
Yep, she will.
Good. That's good weather for me, but for her, she's going to freeze her butt off. I'm the one driving up there. I also have the air conditioner on high. That's going to be a fun drive for her.
Oh yeah, that's going to be real fun for her.
It's especially because I don't want to pull a trailer, so I fold down the back seats in the truck. I got a king cab, and I put my extra tables and chairs and just my boxes of stuff I need for display. So she's got the front seat. She can't even kick back and relax if she wants to, since she's going. Whole bed, the truck bed's packed full. So I'm gonna be nice to her. I'm gonna split it up. So we're gonna leave Thursday morning. We're gonna drop my youngest son off at school and head out. And we're probably gonna drive. I can't remember where I'm staying at, but about 8 or 9 hours of driving at least, maybe 10, just because of the stoppings.
You ought to be really close.
I'd say if I look at the map, I could tell you where we're staying. We're staying like 4 hours outside of where the conference is at. So
you should have got a hotel room for that night there at the conference and drove on in.
Yeah, we're gonna drive in. We're gonna drive up Thursday. We're gonna drive up Thursday, stay wherever we're staying, then get up Friday morning and drive 4 more hours, like directly into setup time at noon or whenever that is. And then Sunday, because she's got to get back to work too. So as soon as the conference is over Sunday, we're heading out and driving that 4 hours back to where we stayed coming up.
Yep.
We'll get up first thing Monday morning and drive straight back to get in Monday evening to get my youngest from grandma and get him ready to get to school the next morning and her back to work. She's not used to having such tight timelines, getting bounced around traveling. I'll be back up and at work 4:30 the next morning working on machines as soon as I get back. So.
Wow.
So I don't get extra sleep or anything. I was back at work 6 o'clock this morning, opening doors, starting at molding machines and welders. So.
Is that welders automatic or what?
Yeah. So for the part of the business we do, we weld chair frames for the school kids, and we use robotic welding arms for most of it. I think about the only one that hand welds anymore is me. I'll do just normal MIG welding. Besides, when we build everything ourselves that we need. So we'll build our projects. I build them, or if I've got fixing and touch ups on frames and legs and things, I'll hand weld them. I'm teaching a guy how to hand weld them. And then if we have anything oddball like aluminum TIG welding, I do that kind of stuff on the side.
So what do you do? Put the steel in a jig and then that arm goes around and welds and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we make all the blanks. We do all the bending and punching and stamping and whatever we need for the raw parts. And it's just clamping in jigs and hit and go on the welder button. The guys that operate it just put it in and hit go. And then if there's issues that need to be fixed or tweaked or reprogrammed, then that's when they have to yell at me and I have to do all that part of it. It's so easy to hit one wrong button and crash the whole welder. It's just, I don't even show them how to do it anymore. So when I'm gone, if something messes up, the welder goes down, or the CNC router goes down, or the injection machine goes down, and it sits until I get back. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
my dad, we've been upgrading machines the last few years, like the injection machines to make the frames and all of our parts. He doesn't want to know how to run any of the new stuff because he's so close to retirement age. He just said, it's not my problem. Y'all figure it out. So, or like the powder coating line, they can't powder coat when I'm not there, just that kind of stuff. 'Cause I haven't trained a guy how to do it all the way yet. So
Really?
like, yeah, we've got it. We put in $1 million Wagner powder coating line, and if you do one wrong thing and screw it up, you're talking tens of thousands of dollars to fix stuff. So I mean, it is like it's an art. As I'm sitting there, I have to babysit it and watch it all day. And as spray patterns are coming out, I'm adjusting voltage charges and spray patterns and cubic inches of materials. I'm constantly tweaking depending what the color is, if it has metal flake in it, if it has pearlescence in it. There's a whole art to it. It's real touchy.
Wow.
We used to do all that by hand.
What happened to the good old dip tanks you used to use?
Yeah, you can still do that for big stuff. Yeah, ours, we've got a conveyor line, that runs 280 hangers through every hour and 10 minutes.
Wow.
So in the summertime, it really stinks because, it's Arkansas. So in August, it's 115 outside. And I have an oven that's running at 350. That's a third the size of our old part of our building, just pumping heat out all day long. So the guys walk in at 7 o'clock in the morning in July and August, and it's 120 in our building already.
Well, where did you get them robotic arms and stuff like that?
Just like welding companies. I mean, lots of people sell them like Miller, just Miller welders. They've got a whole division that does robotic welding arms. We just happen to use Millers. But yeah, there's tons of companies now. We've had some of ours. We've got, yeah. I'll show you how backed up I am on time. So we bought new welding arms to replace our old welding arms, which are like 20 years old, a year and a half ago, and they're still on crates and stretch wrap because I haven't had time to get ahead on welding and pull the old ones out and put the new ones in and program them. So
just do one at a time.
I don't have time to do it.
Well, you just shut the plant down for retooling for a week.
Yeah.
Can't do that. It's constantly running, and some of us are there 7 days a week. We've got 3 different production lines. There's only 12 of us in the building, and
well, they all get a vacation for a week or two, except for yourself.
Yeah, well, we don't. Yeah, me and Dad and us, we don't even take like Christmas vacations and stuff. We take off a couple of days depending on what day of the week is, and we're back in the factory working on projects, and nobody else is there. That's what we do. It's always working. So we run production. So like the B frame stuff, I'm doing injection molding for B frames while I'm doing it for all the parts that go on chairs and table legs and our pet stuff and some of our medical parts for a different company and some other parts for another company all at the same time. And then we're running all the steel products for the other 2 production lines and doing all their powder coating. And we're doing tabletops. So we run CNC routers to cut 5 by 8 sheets of wood. And it's labor intensive. We still have to do all the assembly. Then we do all of our own sewing too. We have a whole sewing department. We do all our textile. We do CNC and laser textile cutting and sewing. And we do all of our own digital printing. We even build our own pallets. We bring the lumber in, build all of our pallets or test them depending on what we're shipping out. And we do all of our own freight booking, scheduling. And half the time I get pulled in and I'm doing all the LTL freight myself. So I'm actually the one pulling orders, banding, strapping, loading trucks in the afternoon,
Wow.
every single day of the week, year round. So every
Well,
time I go do a bee show, it seems like a working vacation, but when I get back, I'm twice as backed up as I was when I left. But I've gotten really good at sleeping 5 hours a night for about the last 20 years.
It's going to catch up with you, dude.
Oh, it already is. I say I'm 44, but physically, my joints and body, I'm like a 70-year-old already.
sound like to me you need to farm some of that out or something.
Yeah, really.
That's cost of production. We're already in some of the markets we're in. We're already one of the most expensive people because we do it all here. So if we send anything out, it's just going to give it that much more expensive.
Well, like your pallets. I mean, do you actually have a pallet machine and all that kind of stuff?
No, we bring lumber in, truckloads of it pre-cut to what we want, and we've got a pneumatic air gun, and we sit there and we pop pallets together as we need them and put orders on and kick them out. Because we run like 12 different sizes of pallets, and we don't have the space just to pile them up and warehouse them. We used to. We just need the space. We just can't deal with it. Like, I don't know if have I told you guys about the weird stuff, the insurance with the metal buildings that they're doing now?
Mm-hmm.
So, like in Florida, they don't want to give people insurance because of, flooding, because of the hurricanes. Well, now nationwide, there's a thing with insurance companies not wanting to insure you if you have a big building with a real big flat metal roof because they're getting so expensive to replace them. So we've been jumping through hoops redoing our insurance. And then they came in with fire extinguishers with our fire sprinkler system and said, all those overhead doors you have on your building, you've got to have sprayers go underneath and spray underneath those onto the ground too, or we're going to drop you. So we paid it's a certain amount of money because you have to let them do it. We thread our own pipe and run our own conduit and pour our own wire and everything. Fine, we'll just have the fire. We'll just have them do it. Like $15,000 later,
Yep.
we had it all done, and then the insurance people said, we don't think so. No thanks, bye. So it's been like 8 or 9 months now of no insurance. We finally found a couple companies that quote us rates that are 3 times the rate with half the coverage just to get it.
Wow.
We're having our 5-year fire inspection a couple weeks ago, and they went, your fire sprinklers we have an old building, then we have a new add-on to the building. The old original building has 358 sprinkler heads in it.
Yeah.
They said, your building was built in 99. They just recalled everything before 2000. You got to replace every single head.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Because of the type of head that they used in it.
Yeah. So we got a quote. So, we'll just have a quote for them to do it. $18,000. We went to our supply house and said, hey, this is the sprinkler I need. I need 358 of them. What are you selling to me for? $2,300. So now when I get back, we get to start putting sprinkler heads in because I don't feel like paying $16,000 for labor for something I can do over a couple of days. So I just add it to the list of stuff to do. Like in the wrong business, I need to have something I can charge $16,000 for to put a guy in this miserable to drive around all day.
Those sprinkler fitters make a lot of money, but also they know that you have to be a certified sprinkler fitter to take a head out and put a head back in.
That's true, unless you know people in business that will sell you things when they're not supposed to. Just like if you know people in HVAC, you can get all your HVAC stuff for your house and your business and put it all in and have them come out and go, looks good, and sign off.
Yeah, that's true.
But, yeah. Not saying I do that. I never do that, but I've heard it being done places, so yeah. So yeah, that's one of those, all those phone costs you add in. So we try not to send anything out if we don't have to, just because everything just is so expensive,
Yep. You're right. It is expensive as hell, especially when you put fire in front of something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They double the price for that.
Yep.
I used to install fire systems, so
Yeah, I did
Fire's just
Halon.
always twice as much.
Yeah, we did. Hey, I did Halon, fire alarm, fire sprinkler, service and installation, programming, you name it, we did it.
That's like us. We run all of our own conduit, all of our own electrical, all of our own everything. Then when it's done, we just say, hey, come out and inspect it. They come out, guys are like, yeah, it looks good, signs off and everything, and we're done. We just end up doing everything ourselves.
Yeah.
Putting up walls, that's usually like building new rooms to run parts or whatever in. That's weekends with me up in the scissor lift with a forklift, with a pallet and a welder on it up in the ceiling, and me up there welding beams and stuff together, building walls.
Yep.
So yeah. So don't have a lot of free time for much of anything.
Hey, at least you're making money, right? I knew I'd get a laugh out of it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm making so much money that I'm driving all these shows from myself for fun for vacation time.
Yeah.
So. Hey, did you ever? I never asked you. Did you ever get your Gmail breach thing? Ever? Did you have any luck with that?
Did I what?
Your email stuff that got breached, your Gmail or whatever it was.
I did. I got that straightened out.
Oh, good.
So Roy, no, I didn't have to do any fire suppression in the honey house because it was an existing building that's 110 years old and it had no existing fire sprinkler or fire alarm in it.
Yeah, we've been toying with the idea of putting new buildings up on some different land and keeping all of them just small enough to not have to put systems in them, putting in multiple buildings and breaking the pet stuff and the bee stuff and the injection stuff up in separate buildings and moving.
There you go.
So they're putting in a lot of new barges and new highway construction around us. The land prices and building prices are going through the roof. We keep having offers all the time on our area. So,
yep.
I don't know. It's tempting. Move more out and back into the country, out of the city limits again, like we used to be. We used to be that way until they decided, that building right there, the city limits stopped right before our property line started. And then after a few years, they decided, let's move that line on the other side of their property line and pull them in. So now we're stuck with all their extra fund taxes and things they're putting on us, and
oh yeah,
all their extra levy charges just to
yep
pay somebody to mow the grass 2 times a year. And
yep.
But I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter at all.
Sure, you're not bitter.
Oh man.
I
don't know.
Sorry, but kind of hijacked the chat tonight, gentlemen. But
yeah, sorry. There's not a lot of big stuff going on right now, so it's like
yeah,
just about done.
show stuff going on. So, are any of y'all going to the Midwest show up in Wisconsin in February? I know the 2 of you are going to Tom and Melissa's EMBA thing.
Yeah, we're going out. Charlie and I are going out to Eastern Missouri.
Hey Keith, are you going up to that?
No, I'm going to go to the one in Missouri. Tom and Melissa's.
Yeah,
yep.
the MBA.
Yeah, I'm going to try to go to that one.
That'd be a good one to go to.
I like the lineup as far as the talkers and stuff, speakers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice, different mix. Yeah. Oh, crap. Oh, I just lost my train of thought. I had something in my head and it's gone. Getting old and having to look at the screen with my bifocal part of my glasses to keep you guys in focus. So, Bill, I caught a couple pictures of, I think a picture or two of your extractor before I jumped over. So, and I missed part of the audio. So, did I hear you saying you actually are having honey creaming machines and like basically like the full lineup of gear?
Yeah, I've got honey creaming machines. I've got bottling bottling tanks, heated bottling tanks, two sizes of creamers. One's heated, one's not. Uncappers. I think there's 6 different sizes of extractors. There's a clarifying tank. It's
a lot.
It's a lot. No, they're not. They've been delayed by about 30 days, DC. They're not coming till December now. I got that notification today.
As long as you get them by in time to give them knobby, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I should have one of everything down at Nobby.
That's what I was going to ask you.
First serve.
I was about to say, are you shipping stuff down to sell at Nobby, or you just taking them down to show them off?
Like I said, I should have one of everything at Nobby.
So Nobby's for pre-orders, basically.
Yeah.
I saw you had that sell on your vape units. Are you not selling units at all anymore? Or are you just switching over brands, or?
I'm switching over to the Shamrock brand.
Okay.
So Roy, you don't have to have a heated creaming tank. Sometimes it helps. Depends on what you're doing with it.
I didn't even know they made heated creaming tanks.
Oh yeah, it's all water jacket.
Oh yeah, because I've only seen the normal ones, or I just didn't realize that's what it was when I saw it.
Yeah, my heated bottling tanks are water jacket. So
I think the only creaming machines I've seen are Maxant and Hilco's, just in ads. I've never seen one of them in person.
yeah,
I've seen Lyson. That's the only
yeah.
one.
Lyson makes a creamer,
That's the only one I've seen.
and Maxant makes a. If you buy just a regular storage tank, they make a creamer unit that'll fit on top of their storage tank.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I guess it probably wasn't easy then.
yeah,
That's a whole specialty thing in itself.
yeah, it is. Cream and honey is just a different world. So
And really, to sell it, it's more of a, you got to have infused creamed honey, and you got to go to, I think, festivals in order to sell that kind of stuff.
So my commercial buddy here, he supplies honey to most everybody in the western part of Arkansas up into Missouri. Like he does a lot of the Whole Foods, and he's picked up some of the Walmarts and grocery stores, and like I swear every like pharmacy and hardware store, and even like the gas station up here by the racetrack, he's got displays at them, and he's got creamed honey at every single one of them. He says it sells pretty decently around here, surprisingly. He does regular, and then he does infuse the ones with like cinnamon and strawberry and blueberry and chocolate, I think. And they surprisingly, I mean, they sell really well, more like the hardware stores and pharmacies and boutiques. But I think some of the grocery stores actually carry them too, if I remember right. And I've got a whole bunch of them he gave me in my cabinet, and they're just piled up everywhere. I don't need enough to turn through them.
Yeah.
So everybody tells you, oh, you got honey, you must eat it all the time. I've had the same 1 pound bottle of honey in my cabinet probably for the last 2 years. I just don't eat it that much. My kid does. My other one did when he was home, and now I just don't.
Yeah, I don't eat honey. I taste it, you know. See,
yeah, I made some just regular, just unflavored creamed honey, and I got a bunch of people that loved it. So,
And I was talking to people in Tennessee. So what threw me, now that I think of it, so when I go to shows, those foundationless, those cut comb frames I make, I always sell out of them just because people want to just try like 5 of them and just see, if they can make it. I sell out almost every time, and just doesn't matter what I take.
yeah,
So this time I was like, you know what? Tennessee's a good beekeeping state. You know, it's got weather similar to mine. You know, it's good for making comb. I'll take a bunch. I'll take extras with me. I'll take like 35 packs because 20 I get rid of no problem. I sold 3, I think. And talking, people were there interested in asking about it, and they said, yeah, maybe it's just a part of Tennessee I was in or they were from. Almost all of them told me that they get more money for honey than they can get for like a jar of honey with cut comb in it. Like people won't pay any extra for it at all.
Yep.
So it's like, what's the point of going through the trouble if they can get the exact same amount of money for the liquid and honey in the same container?
Yep.
You know, because here a 4x4 here still goes for like $20 per square, and they're like, oh no, they're like, we might get $10 for 4x4. I can sell my honey for more than that.
Yeah.
Which really surprised me. I hadn't heard that before.
Yeah, I made starting on testing my flavors. I made a hot chili,
Mm.
and I made a pumpkin spice, and both of them turned out really well. The hot chili, you get the sweetness up front, and you get the chili on the backside of it. So
I've made hot honey before, but this time I don't. I've only got bourbon honey aging in my garage right now. I don't have any regular out here. I don't have anything but bourbon aging going on. So,
Well, you know, as far as like you were saying about that cut comb, um, I
it's
I
like
guess it's a region thing, you know, because some people don't know what
yes.
it's a novelty up our way, you know. Oh yeah, it's pretty, you know, it's something different.
yeah,
And down probably where you're at, it's like, yeah, that's old school stuff. We don't do that anymore, you know. It's like it's like I don't know, it's like bluegrass music where I like to it's like I tell people, I says, yeah, I said I go down there around Floyd where they all live. And guess what? They all have to come up where I live to make any money because up here, people's got money and they'll pay to go to the shows. And I got friends of mine that live down in that area down there. And I said, well, don't they have any shows? She says, no, because everybody plays and they all think they're good as just a guy on the stage, you know. And says, I'm not paying to go see him. And that's kind of the area, what they like, what they don't like.
Yeah, I just usually assume that in Arkansas, that ever than like Northwest Arkansas, whatever the cheapest honey or comb or anything's going to be, that we're going to be in that price range just kind of naturally. So yeah, it just really threw me that over there. I mean, because there's not much difference between Tennessee and Arkansas in terms of just just culture and everything. We're basically the same.
Yeah.
But I thought, there's so much more bigger in the beekeeping, and they've got old timers and moonshine making and beekeeping and all that going on too. But I don't know if it's just that part around Nashville, if it's just there's more newer, younger, and it's just not a thing, or I really don't know what it was. It just really threw me. I hadn't seen it like that anywhere before until I got to there.
Well, maybe it's because there's so many beekeepers that everybody's got honey.
yeah,
You know, the demand. I mean, well, if you don't sell it for this, I can go over here and buy it for this over here. You
Yeah.
know, it's so much around. It's like we talk about, me and Bill talk about hay or whatever. I live in an area where the city people have moved out, and every girl out here has got to have a horse.
yeah,
But they're not farmers, so they got to buy their hay, and we
Yep.
can demand of course it's horse hay, which is a higher priced hay. You go 25 miles north of us into the edge of Pennsylvania where there's more farms than there are, little horse rinks, and you can go out and you can't get the price because of everybody's got hay.
yeah, exactly.
There's a dairy farmer on every corner, or well, more or less type of thing. So it's kind of that situation, I guess.
And down here with me, you get certain customers that like your hay, and they come back to you time after time after time after time. And like, I got my first hay delivery 2 weeks ago. So,
You know, like my son, he over this past weekend and the last past week, you know, he's brought multiple trailer loads of round bales. They're going out, you know, they're selling like crazy.
yeah.
But he's got a big, you know, he's got cow people that have, you know, we're talking a cow person, we're talking to somebody that's got 10 cows,
Yeah.
you know, 10 beef, you know, he's playing beef cattleman and that kind of stuff. Whereas, like say somebody's got 200 or 300 head, you know,
they're going to have their own hay.
they're going to have their own hay, number one, or they're going to buy it by the tractor and trailer loads and whatever, you know.
You know, I'm thinking, you know, they may just not teach it making comb honey over there. I mean, their honey prices are higher than what I get here, like what we get here for it. But I mean, there's a number of people that I talked to that, you know, they had 10, 15 hives. They've been doing it 5 or 6 years. And they're asking me about the frames and how to use them. You know, and I'd ask them, I was like, okay, well, are you familiar with how to make comb honey? And they're like, not really. Like, how do you keep them straight? What do you do to them to get them start? When do you do it? You know, and just maybe something like say their clubs, their states just don't teach, period. Maybe that's just the whole everything.
Anything clubs teach are beginners.
Yeah.
You know, they don't teach any advanced skills.
They've got a lot of like individual clubs over there, but looking at the map, I'm guessing a lot of them are just like small little groupings, just randomly scattered. I don't think they have very many real big, like big time, you know, number wise clubs. So I don't think any of them are really big enough to be bringing in ever speakers or anything like that.
I don't know. It's like chunk honey, you know, where they have this round cylinder glass, you know, with a piece of comb in there, and they pour liquid honey in there. You know, some people, that's more of a, it's more of an eye catcher. That's about it, you know, type of thing. That kind of sells around here. People ask about that. People ask about comb honey. Not too much around me, but the people that do have comb honey in the area here, they sell out in no time flat. And normally, like you say, it's about $20-$25 for a piece of that. Now,
we have a couple of
Tom
small
and Melissa there, they sell a ton of comb honey and all.
Yeah, they got roped into teaching a comb honey making class at the Midwest thing up in Wisconsin in February.
Yeah.
Bill and Doug roped them into it, so they're going to be up there doing a comb honey workshop.
Well, I mean, like I say, here you are. There you're out in another part of the country that it's something new for them down there, I guess you might say.
Oh.
All right.
Tired, Charlie?
Well, a little bit.
Oh, yawn, Chief.
He started
tired. I'm sitting out in the garage waiting for my dog to start barking, about to fall asleep here by the door.
Yeah.
Looking at all this beef junk I got to get cleaned up. I've got buckets here and boxes there and tank over there, and I've got stuff all out in the backyard and empty stack of cedar boxes I made years ago over here, and I don't really want to have to clean any of it up, but it's going to be November before I can get to it.
Yeah, I got a few boxes of comb that I need to clean up for spring. Wasn't planning on that.
I didn't pay attention to it every night. Did the No Wife dinner or gathering in Nobby, is they getting good numbers tickets yet?
I think it's over 60 some people.
Yeah.
I think Melissa said the last time I heard.
Yeah.
So if anybody's, I can put that up. You want to share that, Bill? The Nobby dinner.
Oh yeah. Do you have the information for it?
Yeah, I got it.
Let me. It's on the Facebook page, right?
Yeah. Here, I'll share it and then you can post it or whatever you want to call it. Where is it at? There it is. Just click on the bottom.
Yeah, man. That's not it.
It's on the bottom of the screen. I got it up.
Oh. Duh. Yep, there it is. Tickets, you don't have, it doesn't cost you any money. We just need you to register for a ticket so we know how many's coming. Well, I was it 200 people, Charlie, that we're allowed to have in there?
175.
175. Okay. So
And some people said the emoji thing there doesn't seem to work with the phone or whatever, but you can
yeah, if you go to the No Life Beekeepers Facebook page, you can get it there. But that's what you're looking for right there. Okay. So,
Yep.
All right. Well, it's almost 10 o'clock.
Take and go back to the picture screen.
Charlie, I'm just not into it tonight for some reason.
All right, they're currently at 67 people.
Yes. So come on, people, especially No Life Beekeepers. If you haven't joined yet, join. Come to Nobby and go to dinner with all of us. We had a good time last year in a room that was probably designed for 60 people, and we had 100 people in there.
Mm.
And we were it was like being in a beehive together. We were walking all over top of each other.
I had to come in here and hurt Michael.
I thought it was going to be one day where I didn't have to look at him. I already had to listen and text him earlier. Jeez. I've already got to see him later this week.
Hey, Charlie, he gets lonely when he doesn't talk to me, so he texts me every day.
Mm.
So I gotta give him an attaboy, is what it is.
Yeah.
Make him feel special.
I get a lot. I get texts from him too, but 3 times a week.
Yeah, I text Bill and bitch about Tom. Then I
And
text
Tom texts
complain
me and bitches
Charlie.
about you.
I'm gonna text Bill right now and gripe about you.
Hey,
Michael.
who am I supposed to text? I got to deal with
I gotta start texting Melissa and complaining about Bill because we can Tom so he can tell everybody and get me in trouble.
Okay, can we just start a group text and complain about each other?
There you go. Yeah, we can do that. Why not?
Hey, we could get a group text going just complaining about just stupid stuff at work.
That's right.
Yeah.
Probably weekly, usually.
Charlie can get involved in that one. I can get involved in it. Tom, Melissa. We
Nobody
can
listens
get
anyway,
all of
right?
the like beekeepers involved in it.
Nobody will listen to us anyway, right?
That's right. Doesn't do any good to complain.
Let's say, do I need to, since I've got a bigger booth this year, do we all need to get like a little table and chairs and put in the corner of our booth? Mark it for the No Life Beekeeper, so as they're walking around, they can take a break, get a drink, and start just complaining about having to walk around the show and complaining about every booth. And
How
go
big
to the
is your
next booth
booth
and
this
complain.
year?
And we can just play musical chairs and just bitching and complaining the whole time about stuff.
Yeah, how big is your booth this year, Mike?
I'm doing a 10 by 30.
Okay, because I got a 20 by. It's 3 booths deep on each side, so and it's 20 feet wide. So we
Yeah.
can set a table up right in the center of mine
Well, you got to have a table for people like Charlie do autographs.
to do
right?
autographs. Yeah, see, we put Charlie in the center to do autographs and get JW in there, Tom and Phil, and everybody in there to do autographs right in the middle of the booth, and that way everybody's got to come past the merch to get to you guys.
There you
Right.
go.
I can set up a hydration station. You can stop by me, get a bottle of water, and I'll have a sign that points to wherever your booth is so they can turn and keep along their way.
There you go.
Are you guys next to one another? Are Bill and Michael, or do you guys not know where you're going to be at?
I had no clue.
We haven't even gotten a booth number yet.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you guys have no clue where you're going to be at, placed inside the auditorium area. Okay.
Nope.
I didn't know if that was already set forth or not.
No, it'd be nice because I could have put my booth number on my December my journal advertisements and stuff, but I can't. So that's
That would
gone.
have been helpful.
We're up
Already
to
missed the
69
deadline.
tickets.
Oh, guys got
We're
two
up
more.
to 69 tickets. We got somebody
Cool.
signed up.
How many members you got? How many members we got now?
What do you mean, members? For
For
the
No Life Beekeepers. How many
Oh.
people are members?
I'm not sure. I have to check.
I don't think she didn't do a comparison on that, did you?
I can check though. It's no big deal.
I was forced to sign up to that No Life Facebook page every day so I could get updates. So
309. There's 309 members on that group.
There you go. If we get 309 members to come to dinner, we'll be doing good.
Well, we overloaded. Okay, so let's look at it this way. Last year we maxed out at 50 in that room, and we didn't advertise or get the tickets going for that until like the end of November, beginning of December.
I thought it was
Yep.
December.
So we're already above what we had RSVP'd last year, and it's not even November yet. So
Yeah.
if you're gonna go, reserve your tickets as soon as possible.
Because we can only allow 175.
Right, exactly.
I honestly think that it'll probably max out because you always, we see this all the time with conference settings. You always have a huge push at the end. And
Yep.
things typically will usually either sell out or you'll fill a lot of spaces. And that's all the procrastinators, mostly a lot of ladies that are in there, indecisive men.
I wonder how many people are just waiting to see what the weather's going to
Indecisive
do.
men. What do you mean, Tom?
Well, there are some out there. Bill.
I haven't met one yet.
Well, there's a few. Most men are not, generally speaking. It's the ladies, okay? So if you need to send any hate mail, send it to Melissa at, what is it? I was hoping Michael would have a recliner in there for me with the thing of iced tea that I can sit back and just relax in his booth.
Hey, I'll bring you a little fold-out chair. I'll put your little name tag on it.
Yep.
You can advertise you're going to be there from 10:05 to 10:09 to sign autographs.
Nobody wants my autograph.
You'll get Melissa
You
to come by.
never know, Tom. You never know.
Melissa will come by and let you give her a pity autograph because you're so sad sitting by yourself.
No, what she would do is have some check or something.
That's what I would. That's exactly what I was just
She'd
thinking.
slide a check out there and be like, "Here, I want your autograph," and I'd sign it. And she'd be like, "All right, thanks," and she'd be taking it off, and what she'd be buying.
We all know you don't have any money. She controls it all. It's fine. You don't have any money to sign to her.
Yeah, you don't have to sign the check,
She's
Tom.
the boss. She's the boss. We know. She scares us all. We're all just keeping quiet, but we know.
I'm not the one locked in the garage, your buddy.
Hey, I'm in here so I have to listen to my kid video games exploding in the background.
Oh yeah, probably wise. I always threaten my kids. I'm like, I'm on here. I'm like, don't make any noises.
And that my wife's had a long day, and I figured instead of being loud and annoying her, she's probably in there asleep already.
Yeah.
So I'm out here with the dogs, looking at all the stuff I need to put up and clean up and bottle, and I'm not going to. So, which reminds me, I could have swore I saw that you had a speed fill on every night when you're on video.
You probably were just seeing things. It was like a mirage, I guess.
I'm pretty sure I saw you with a speed fill, and I can almost see space for all my buckets of honey to just magically show up at your place, and you bottle them and just magically bring them back to me. That'd be great.
Hey, you can send them over here if you want. I'll bottle them. I'll sell them. I'm like, this is a specialty Arkansas honey right here.
You're like, yeah, it's all goldenrod. That's what it smells like. Crud.
Oh boy,
it smells like an old wet tennis shoe.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the best kind. That's my favorite. I don't like the super sweet. I like it to have like some strong like honey flavors.
Yeah, that's it then. I found that once the goldenrod, when we actually got it, which has not been very often, I'll add, when it kind of like airs out a little bit, the smell really goes away. It just seemed like it's when it's first coming in and they're drying it down. That's when I noticed the smell is much more pungent or kind of in your face. But I've found that in our experience anyway, it seemed like the smell simmered down and settled back after it kind of like quote
Simmer
unquote
down now.
aged a little bit, I guess.
Well, out even in my yards, I only smell it for about the first week that it really comes in. Then after that, I can't smell it coming into my hives at all. It just kind of goes away.
Yeah.
That initial pop really just covers
Mhm.
everything outside.
I wonder if it's a higher moisture causing that or something.
I don't know.
I think it's just the plant itself because it just.
Yeah.
I mean, open up my jars of honey and it doesn't smell anything like that after they've dried it down and capped it. And so,
I read something put out by the Missouri Conservation Office or something the other day saying that in Missouri we have 21 varieties of goldenrod here. But that's one plant I would like to learn a lot more about.
that's what I was wondering. Maybe it's just regional. Maybe my version isn't the really super stinky stuff that some of the other people say they have. 'Cause
Could be.
I can smell mine, but it's not like horribly disgusting. It's just a little off for about a week and it just kind of vanishes.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, goldenrod around here, when it gets in bloom real good, it smells like old wet tennis shoes outside.
Yeah.
It's nasty.
I think the other varieties also have something to do with like the nectar sources because I don't get a flow out of them. Other people talk about getting flow, and I think it's a certain variety that you have to have.
Well, I saw Foxhound. They put a video out the other day talking about how Adam doesn't really get any kind of flow down there out of it. And I mean, in a normal year like this year, when we've had decent amount of water here lately, I can finish off a super, and I get a whole full excess of super on every hive. I'm usually pulling a full super off everything in October, just pure goldenrod.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had it that way over the last 2 years. Every year I've been beekeeping now, so. What, 11 out of the 13 years I've had that. And it feels good at markets around here because nobody around here ever sees dark honey. It's always that just mixture of all your summer stuff. So I come in with honey that looks like molasses and they buy it up fast, almost as a novelty because they just never see it anywhere. Now that I don't do markets anymore, I've got buckets of stuff. I'm not even going to try to extract any fall honey. I'll probably have it, but I don't have anything to do with it. And I'm going to wait till I see Bill's extractors and get a new extractor. So I don't even have anything to whip it out with if I wanted to.
Hey, Brian, did you change your name on YouTube? I don't remember it being Flower Street Farm Bees, was it?
Yeah, he had to usually have his name and.
Oh, maybe that's what it looks different for some reason.
Yeah, he used to have Brian and his wife's name on the end of it somehow.
Yeah, something's different anyway.
Brian and Jen.
Hey, all right. Your good luck charm, huh, Brian?
How long are you going to be there, Brian?
That hurts. Melissa was hopefully going to take me down there at some point.
We were talking about going down there later on this month.
I think we got past Charlie's bedtime. I think he ditched it.
Oh, he ran out.
Fell out of his chair. He's passed out.
I bet he's getting a bag of popcorn. What do you want to bet, Michael?
I would almost guarantee it.
Michael, I'll bet you $1,000 in frames.
And a Coke. Diet Coke.
Well, I've got a couple boxes of seconds that have your name written all over them.
Bring them. I'll put them in the hives. I actually think I'm going to bring to the Missouri State thing. I'm going to bring one of your frames drawn out because I have a couple of things that I'm going to for the class I'm teaching anyway. I'm going to bring a double screen board and a couple other things that people want to see, and I thought I would throw something like that in there. So if you need a frame that's drawn out or a honey frame or something, I can bring it, throw it up on your table. If you want it, if not, whatever.
You got to remind me to bring you those feeders to let you look at.
Oh yeah, she called me yesterday. Let's see, today's Monday. Yesterday evening, I was over at my daughter's house, and I seen this number come through, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, Didn't recognize it. I'm like, do I answer it? Because it's Sunday and I don't typically do much work on Sunday. And I'm like, okay. So I answered it and it was her. I don't remember her name, but she had said she had given you these products. And I said, yeah, I'll see Michael on Friday, midday. So
I got to remember. I've got both of those, and I got to remember to give you a check for the EMBA. So
just no. Just leave the name open and leave the amount open. I'll take care of it all. Sign it.
got it.
You can
Just
write in
sign
the
the check, right?
Just sign the check. I'll handle it all.
Remember that. We all got to do that now. So
I hear Tom was the number one Infinity frame salesman at Georgia.
I was the number one Infinity frame salesman at Georgia.
I know we had a vote on it. He voted for himself, and I didn't vote, and he just won. It was amazing.
Wait a minute. Did you vote?
No.
Oh, she didn't vote either. Never mind.
He told me he was the winner, so I just went with it. Like, all right.
Well, technically, I did sell a lady frames that you wouldn't sell them to, so she came to me, and I'm like, well, I don't know why you're coming to me. I don't even own the company or work for them, but I'm happy to get you what you want. We'll make Michael run the card.
As I told you, I'm not a salesperson. It's like she really didn't need them at the time, so I wasn't trying to talk her into it. I kind of talked her out and like, yeah, you could wait on these. You don't really need those right now. And here comes Tom with her falling behind. Got to get some frames. I was like, what the hell, man?
It just so happened at the end of the day.
How dare you sell my product?
At the end of the day, it was at the Georgia. It was at the tail end of the day, and she comes running up, and Michael was busy talking to a customer, and I was standing there. I'm like, hey, how you doing? And she goes, can you get me those frames? I'm like, yeah, I can. I'm like, why would I tell you no? So I'm like, I told her what the price was. And I'm like, well, Michael's gonna have to run the card. He does all that stuff. I'm like, we'll just tell him what the price is. He can run it. I'm like, I'll get you the frames. I'll even help you load them. She's like, no, I can get them. And I'm like, okay. So that's how it works out.
I didn't say she couldn't buy them. I just told her, tell me what she was doing. I was like, you don't really need those right now. But if she would have said, I definitely want them, I mean, I would have gave them to her. But
she wanted them. She took them. So she'll be happy.
She was like, okay. She didn't put up a fight and make me try to make her buy them or take them or whatever.
Yeah, but see, when you get those kind of people come to your table, Mike, that is, they want it, but they're not sure they want it. You just got to give them the information that they need.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she hasn't been doing it long enough that I could see. I can see myself getting emails and questions about why it didn't work this coming spring, and I'm giving her Tom's cell number.
Oh,
because she wasn't in terms of the level of how to do it right. She didn't have enough stuff drawn out and really set up to do it right. That's why I was like, oh, build your hives up and get settled, then you can get into that. She's going to get into it with not thick enough bees and not enough stuff drawn out yet. So that's your problem now.
Yeah. Send it to me. I'll be customer service.
I'll hire you anytime, Tom.
I can make it happen.
Okay.
We said before, me and Bill will split you at the show and keep you out of Melissa's hair so she can actually enjoy herself. We'll get Coron and Arda in. They'll borrow you for a little bit. You can hang out with them. And
hey, I'm going to be expensive on the meal bill, though, guys. Okay, I'm going to eat pretty good.
Todd, you can't be our friend anymore.
Yeah, Todd,
you're kicked out of the club.
Why are you not coming? Todd, text me.
I'm starting to think about going down myself.
So, Tom, your per diem is $15 a day.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's not going to get much.
Hey,
exactly.
Hey,
you don't need much. You're like a fence post, dude. You don't need to eat much.
I'm already going to send my resignation to you, buddy.
So Bill, we're splitting that, right? So $750 a piece.
Yeah, $750
each.
$750 a piece, and Charlie's going to be nice and bring you a bag of popcorn. You can eat that all day long. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
No, that'll be our snack.
Hey, I hear there are water fountains there. I'll bring you a cup. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Charlie and I are going to have some popcorn after Charlie and I are going to do some karaoke. And I'm not going to dance with him, but I'll dance out there. But
I'll give you some bee bites to eat.
Bee bites.
Hey, that'll either pep me up or take me completely out. I don't know which
one of the two.
What's going to happen?
One extreme or the other.
Hey, Keith, you're going to Nobby, aren't you? Or are you?
Yes.
Okay, well, Keith can bring a camera. He can video document Tom's whole day all the way through the show and
I
make
can
a
just follow him around.
diary of the poor man that's passing them back and forth. Give us all something to do.
I want to be able to enjoy a little bit of it.
No, we don't get to enjoy it. We're going to be working, so you don't get to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys will be making all the money.
Well, there's no making money over here.
Well, you'll be making something.
Bills, debt.
Yeah.
We're in
Bills, yeah.
beekeeping. There's no making money.
Mhm.
Bills
Nope.
and debts.
We want to actually make money in any kind of quantity. We wouldn't be in this business.
Exactly. You'll never be a millionaire in the bee business. That's for sure.
I mean, you got people like Tom who don't want to pay $15 for a frame so we can all make a nice cushy living. I mean, I just
Yeah,
don't get it, but
to pay that because nobody's going to pay me $1,000 for a nuke.
well,
I mean,
you got to
I'll make
demand
a deal.
what the bees are worth. I mean,
If people start giving me $1,000 for the nukes, I'll start paying $15 a frame. No questions.
we're just triple A laps away from you being able to demand that price. You never know.
Hey, you never know. If I can play off of a good salesman like what's the guy down south that does the horizontal stuff or the lay-ins.
Oh, Dr. Leo.
If I can Dr. Leo Shraskin this thing, well, I'll be making $50 a pound for honey. So,
Yeah.
in that case, you will be making pretty good, right?
You just got to do a weekend bee class and charge like $1,000 for it.
I
Yeah,
know.
there you go.
I mean,
That's what
there are people doing it. We've seen it. So I was telling them that y'all got roped into teaching the comb honey class, so you can do some more of those comb honey classes. And
yeah, I was looking forward to it. Those guys, Doug and those guys, and Bill put on a really good show and conference, and yeah, so I mean, it just gets. Hopefully, that class will sell out, and because that's going to be a little extra added on to that. People can sign up for that class, so we can do as many as I told him I'd do 2, 1 each day. So who knows? We'll see what it looks like. He said he can fit 60 people in a room. We'll see what the demand is.
you're not going to that show, are you, Bill?
What's that?
The
Midwest.
The Midwest. It's in Madison, Wisconsin.
No.
Yeah, I think I told Bill about it. He says about a 10.5-hour drive or something like that, I think.
Yep.
No, let's see, it takes me like 11 and a half to get to Chicago. So it's over a 12-hour drive for me to there. The one last year was 12 hours. And it was in like Milwaukee, I guess.
Yep, it was Waukesha, which was just barely west. It was a suburb of Milwaukee. I think for us it was 7 hours, maybe 7.5. So pretty reasonable.
Brian, you live in Colorado. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, Wisconsin's definitely colder than Colorado is.
We got lucky last year because it was cold, but it wasn't snowing. So hopefully it'll be the same thing this February. But this year it's all in the hotel and the convention center together.
Yeah. So
we won't have to actually go anywhere.
Michael, you gonna be staying inside the hotel convention center the whole deal, or are you staying elsewhere?
I'm either staying there or I'm staying directly across the street where I can just walk right over to it. One of the two.
We'll just stay in the hotel, then we can clown around at night and try to get in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I might not want to stay in the hotel. That way I cannot run into any of you all.
Well, hey, if you happen to slip me your number, we'll come over and do a knock and dash at your place.
This is sounding a little weird.
Yeah, this is getting a little like frat weirdness going on, and I'm just waiting for Tom to be like, all right, I'll bring the pony keg. We'll have a good time. Just those guys in your hotel room. Like, no.
That won't happen. You're talking to a guy that doesn't drink, so.
True. I forgot about that.
Yep.
Well, it's 10:15. So if everybody's enjoyed tonight's chat, hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. It helps us hang around a little bit longer. I'll see everybody Friday night on Charlie's Chat at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And don't forget about Nancy tomorrow night at 7:30. And Saturday night is Joey's Chat. And who's on Thursday night, Charlie?
Ricky.
Ricky. Yeah.
Ricky
But-
Lord.
But
Tom and Melissa.
Todd and Brian Zavada are coming on after the stream team on Wednesday.
Mm.
They're
Okay.
starting up like twice a month, I think.
Is it Wednesday or
Brian.
Thursday after Ricky?
Thursday.
Well, no, they're doing it Wednesday this
Oh, yeah.
week, and then I think it's going to be on Thursdays after that.
So it's 10
Okay.
o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe so.
So Todd wants to know if you're going to pull fire alarms again, Tom.
That wasn't me. And honestly, I didn't even stay in that hotel. We stayed in a quiet hotel. I mean, not the same one Charlie stayed in, but just kind of a little bit down the road. It was kind of low key. I didn't get in any trouble. I didn't get yelled at. It was just kind of low key, and they stayed off to the side. I think I heard there was people down at the other hotel getting wild and partying and pulling the fire alarms and smoking weed and all kinds of stuff down there. So I'm not sure what they had going on in that little spot.
So Brian says this week it's going to be Wednesday after the stream team. After that, it's going to be Thursdays at basically after Ricky gets done.
Yeah, 10 o'clock Eastern time.
Yeah.
Say what,
Yeah.
twice a month, right? Every week.
Yeah. Every other
Yeah.
week is what they're planning on right now.
But then but sometimes maybe not, but sometimes maybe another day, but sometimes maybe a different time.
Late
Yeah.
night with Todd and Brian.
You just kind of have to keep your notifications on constantly and catch them.
Yeah.
It's the late night show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
it's a late night show.
late night.
They
Yeah,
haven't
like
had
the
a
Johnny
good-
Carson hour.
Yeah. back when the late night shows were good, back in the 80s,
Early 90s.
maybe early 90s. After that, they all went junk.
Todd does kind of look like Johnny.
I mean, he kinda does. Little
Good
bit.
night, everybody.
Night.
Right.